Welcome to this video recording here today from Ionic Rare Earths, where we have the Managing Director, Tim Harrison, and Chairman, Brett Lynch, to discuss the pretty exciting feasibility study that was announced today regarding the profitable magnet recycling business in the UK. I'll hand it over to Tim to give us an overview of the feasibility study, and then it's a bit more of a strategic view from Brett. Over to you, Tim.
Thanks, Peter. Yeah, look, very positive set of numbers we've been able to announce today. Culmination of a lot of effort from the team as we've delivered now the feasibility study for a magnet recycling plant to be located in Belfast. However, it does have scope to be able to take to other jurisdictions. So, if we look at some of the metrics, very encouraging NPV post-tax of over 500 million. If we look at the net revenue over a 20-year asset, it's in excess of $2 billion US, and an operating cost of around $27.68 per kilo of separated magnet rare earth oxides, taking the magnet material to a high purity separated individual magnet REOs. Really does position us with a project that we can put in the backyard of Western governments to help develop these new supply chains. So, very, very encouraging, very positive study, and really now positions us to be able to move forward on the financing of the project, which is underway. We've had tremendous engagement with the UK government. I was there last month to meet with one of the ministers, and we're definitely in scope as part of our ability to be a project that will generate material that will go into advanced manufacturing in the UK, whether that be in the auto sector, part of their push towards electrification of transportation, but also renewable energy, and we're also significantly in scope for regional growth. So we tick a number of boxes, and now we've delivered the feasibility study, which positions us to progress the financing of the project.
Tim, interestingly, this study shows the commerciality of the project straight off the bat. Given that this is now an industrial feasibility study, this is a downstream product. There's no digging, crushing, grinding, blasting, and mining. The numbers look quite attractive from that standpoint.
Yeah, look, I think that is the big differentiator here. Our ability to build this industrial business in Western countries, in their backyard, independently of mine permitting risk, independently of the capital risk that's associated with primary rare earth development. There is no requirement for additional processing. We're able to take the feed material, the end-of-life magnets, and also the waste materials that are generated in the production of magnets, the swarf, and turn that back into the high purity oxides, which will enable more capacity to grow in those Western markets. So yeah, it is a very different approach, and something that we think could be the biggest unlock in developing Western supply chains for rare earths. So yeah, tremendously happy about where we're heading. A lot of hard work from the team to get to this point. A lot more hard work still to come, but we've got something that we think is a step change.
And Tim, it seems this leapfrogs the company potentially 10 years down the track. Permitting, environmental studies, all that sort of development that was associated with a mine. You move into production of a critical mineral the Western world needs to take directly to supply chains today without having to go through 10 years of development.
That's right. And I think the other part of this is that, if you look at all of this mine capacity being built, that needs refining capacity. And then, you need to marry that up with new metal, alloy and magnet capacity. And there is a lack of investment across the supply chain, which means that there will be a lag on primary asset development. What we're doing with recycling is that we're going to be producing high purity separated magnet rare earth oxides that can go immediately into latent capacity right now. So our ability to move independently of new investment in the supply chain means that there aren't the handbrakes that we face in the recycling development that primary assets constantly find. And for a fraction of the capital investment, the sizing, the ticket size required to finance this is substantially lower than what will be required for new mines, refinery, metal, alloy magnets. So we do think that this is, the unlock.
And Tim, you're right, substantially lower is that CapEx number. The EBIT number is very impressive, takes you a payback period of 2.4 years and gets you into a very strong EBITDA annual number going forward. You're already in discussion with various parties that you have been in discussion with over time regarding this project?
That's right. We've been we're moving forward on a grant application in the UK with the Advanced Propulsion Centre. We've been engaging with the UK government across energy security and net zero, and also Department of Business and Trade. So we're working the right levels. We're working with our stakeholders in the UK. And so that's progressing along with engagement with potential strategic investors and debt financing in the UK. So I think everything is lining up. Getting the feasibility study completed now positions us to be able to advance those discussions and put forward a robust business case. And beyond that, our ability to take the tech global. We have identified through the work that we've done the potential partners, the potential locations that could have a substantial step change on the overall economics as we look to scale the business out globally. So I think we've got, if we look at this is not one project. This has the potential to be many projects in the backyard of Western government, supporting new supply chains, working with stakeholders in the rare earth industry, and ultimately putting, an alternative source of magnet rare earths to those customers.
And Brett, strategically for shareholders and the direction of the company, this announcement today marks a significant catalyst.
Absolutely, Peter. I think everything that Tim has highlighted about the feasibility study demonstrates a really resilient and high growth opportunity for investors in Ionic Rare Earths. And it's really driven by very much leveraging and exploiting the unique patented benefits of our industrial technology. And that gives us a completely different business model than what's been developed to date, with primary production in rare earths. We've got, through this new business model, an ability to deliver really through low costs, both CapEx and OpEx, through low risk, avoiding permitting and driving an industrial green business technology, and then leading that to able to deploy with a high speed, less than 2 years to be in production, and in safe jurisdictions that we can, rely on government support and building low risk financing options. So all of that, I think, puts us in a unique space to be able to deliver, fast growth and with, I think, low risk. But that, I think, is what is so powerful of what this first step, this first milestone that we're announcing today will be in 2 years from now. Not only will Ionic Rare Earths have a significant industrial arm to its strategic business, but it'll also allow it to hyperscale that business, because we can, and we're already in discussions in other jurisdictions, including Brazil, the US and Asia, where we can actually deploy this technology in parallel to really grow the business exponentially.
And Tim, also pleasingly, this business, this project, this facility, and the product that you will derive from those closes the loop in terms of the sustainability aspect of decommissioning those wind turbines globally.
Yeah, look, that's right. I mean, they're forecast to be over 200,000 tonnes of permanent magnets, neodymium iron boron magnets, approaching end of life and coming back into the supply chain by the middle of next decade. So there is a substantial amount of material that already exists. There is inventory of material that exists within Western jurisdictions, and governments are increasingly aware of the importance of that material in order to build sustainable supply chains. And so, yeah, the technology, the patented IP, our ability to take a waste product and turn it back into something of strategic value for Western supply chains positions us in a very unique way. And we are engaging with a number of investors that have really taken a kin to that circular economy nature of what we are doing, and positioning a business that it's a very different type of critical raw material business, and one that we think will certainly have a lot of appeal in the Northern Hemisphere.
Well, congratulations, Tim and Brett. A milestone announcement today, and for shareholders, something very welcome as they look forward to the future of this company from today. Thanks for attending.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, Peter.